Hello guys, good morning from Dhaka, Bangladesh. 2:30 here in Dhaka. I'm wearing one of my favorite Casio watches with that mint green dial. So this one episode I do owe you guys to show all my new watches that I bought, mostly budget watches. I'll show you perhaps in next couple of days. But I have prepared two videos for you. One is going to be this one. This is going to be about a niche house that I recently discovered from a brother called, his name is brother Shariman Nazir. Is the one who gifted me Aqua Dora, which was something he was holding since 2019 to gift it to me. So very kind, big-hearted gentleman. I got to meet him, and we had coffee. We had about 3.5 hours of discussion on everything, life, fragrances. So he sort of like brought this other house, which is called, I think, Pana Dora, and it's a Swedish house, Sweden. I never had anything from this house, and I did not hear that many reviews on it. Yeah, there are a few reviewers who talked about it, but he said, brother, I have discovered this fragrance house, I think in USA or somewhere. I bought this five. These are very expensive, $200, $250 plus, and I want you to try them. Then I said, may I borrow them for a week? Then I can review them. I think it's been a little bit over 1 week because I was not well. I was not okay. So I took a little bit of a break, 4 or 5 days. So I could not do the review, but I did test them in the meantime. And I have put them together to review all in one video. And I'm going to review them in my preference order. Okay. So I'll show you the presentation. I'll show you each. Okay. But they are more or less the same bottle design, everything same, just the colorations different. So here we go. So this is just purely my nose and my test and my preference. You can definitely get samples of them if it's available in your country and try out. Some niche house is always interested in something new. So this is the first one called Grand Musk. Okay. And these are very premium packaging, kind of feels like a whiskey container. Like, if I think it's called Glenfiddich, I don't know, Glenfiddich, I forgot the name of the Canadian the whiskey, man, sorry. So I think it looks like, like they do give this kind of presentation. So very nice, like a solid presentation. And then the name, thing, all the Pana Dora exclusive perfume, all these things written, the back more information. And these are extrait de parfum. Okay, 100 ml. That's where the bottle stays. I took them out. So if you have seen one, you have seen the rest. They all have the same exact presentation, just the coloration different. But he told me that I am not happy about one thing, that these boxes, once you pull them, like try to pick them up, they come up very easily. So not very good grip. So be careful when you handle them, and they take a lot of space. So the bottles sort of reminds me of Penhaligon's style bottles, but they're very, very solid. These are like this. Okay, so this is, look at the bottle, man. These are like, I mean, just mesmerizing to look at. Okay, this is all metal. Okay, and the name, all the detailing in there. There's the moose. I don't know, it's called moose or reindeer or what is this animal? The buck, I don't know, different name. It's not a deer for sure. So yeah, so this is how the bottle looks. Very beautiful, rich juice color. Absolutely love it. Again, the cap is very heavy, metallic cap. And then they have detailing. I'm just showing one bottle, so the rest of them are gonna be the same. So detailing on the sprayer. Atomizer works really fine. Okay, really smooth atomizer. And this one also is not snug fit or clicks. Okay, so be mindful of that. So he did use this, I think, the second most of the whole line out of the five. So this one is called the Grand Musk. How does it smell? So when I smell this, this thing is musky, but it has a very nice kind of like a rose that the color of the juice suggests. It's not just musk, it's definitely paired with something very juicy rose, which I don't have the notes breakdown, so I'm just letting you know what I'm thinking. I smelled this kind of DNA before from some Mancera Montal creations, but it's definitely, there's this beautiful oud play, and the oud is very smooth, very high class. I don't know if this one has the oud, but the rose, oud, and the musk they used in this is a very smooth blend. It's not like a Middle Eastern type of fragrance. It is that, like origin is Middle Eastern inspired, but this is definitely something that Europe would offer. It's not animalic. It is kind of animalic, but not like Middle Eastern animalic, if you know what I mean, like barnier sort of. So this is very wearable. And I think if you put it on your skin, all these fragrances, they last a very long time. Extrait Parfum, they do perform, but most of them did not project as much on me when I wore one or two, just for testing purpose. They last like a very good 7 to 8 hours. So maybe you need cold weathers, to project a little bit more. But in this extrait parfums are supposed to last longer. Even in winter, I think it's going to last easily over 10 to 15 hours. So I get that rue gulab sort of smell. The gulab means rose. The rose is kind of like Turkish sort of rose. It's a delicacy sort of rose, and it has a kind of like a peppery quality, maybe saffron, like a little bit of a bergamot, like a citrus lemon combination. So it's a typical smell that I smelled before, but very well done. So this is my number 5 out of the 5. Even though I say I prefer this the least, but it's a good scent. Okay, so this fragrance I'll give it 7.5 out of 10 for the smell. All of them are very expensive, so you have to really know the fragrances before you buy them. So that's the first one. I'm gonna go slow because I'm doing all 5 in one, so I don't want to rush this. Okay. Second one, or the second last one, is number 4, is Pana Dora, Sweden, Swedish Leather. So this is a very bold name, and this is very particular leather from Sweden. Okay, and look at that beautiful presentation of the trees, very beautiful copper colored, and with that suede box, exact same boxes. Okay, that's where the bottle stays inside. So it got this good little podium, but the boxes are like very difficult if you are going to manage them. Like the bottle is very heavy, so when you pick it up, it might drop and break. Okay, so that's the second one. So the second one, the bottle looks like this. Okay, the juice color is very yellow, kind of like a golden, how do I say, kind of like a green vetiver color. Okay, so yellow green vetiver color. The cap is the color of the box, and this, oh man, that is bold. So this color is kind of like copper. Because of my lighting, it looks a little bit different. Okay, maybe rose gold. Okay, that's the color. Same the reindeer or whatever, the deer's head. And these are like really, again, once again, beautiful presentations with that atomizer. So atomizer is very smooth pressure atomizer. This thing is the most bold from the line. This is the most powerful as well. And the leather definitely is a spiced leather. There's definitely a lot of spices, and it's not a playful leather. Even if you're scared of Davidoff leather blend or something like Bentley for many intense, those are more of your sweeter offering. Okay, but this is in the style of I think Memo Perry. You know, if you know that house, this is really rich. I would not say this is a clone or dupe of that house, but if you know Italian leather, Irish leather, Russian leather, and there's another fragrance from Dior, the previous line, I forgot the Cure de Russia or something like Russian leather from Dior private line. So this reminds me of those. So this thing is very bold. It's a very posh, elegant scent. It is kind of like a I don't know what pepper. Maybe it's like a straight up pepper, and there's a little bit of hint of bergamot, like a citrus somewhere there, but mostly spicy leather. So this first two are definitely built for winter. This is hands down one of the best winter scent. If you wear this with a leather, like a jacket or boot, this will be perfect. Even if you walk through the snow, it will cut through the snow. Definitely, this is the most beastly in the whole line, longevity wise. So this thing reminds me of another fragrance called Armaf Niche Black Onyx or Onyx. You know, the one, the fragrance I reviewed long time back, that one had cardamom. This one also I feel has cardamom. Okay, and perhaps a little bit of sandalwood. Like very complex scent and very high end. This is very rich man scent. So for quality, this is subpar with the quality of most upper class niche out there. But try before you buy. This is not child's play. So this fragrance is also good. So this is my preference wise number 4 in terms of just the smell. But performance wise, I think this is the most beastly. Number 3, we're going to look at, it's called Pana Dora, Sweden, Oud Republic. And this is beautiful. What color is this? Scarlet, red, cherry, one of those, right? This looks so beautiful. I mean, all the presentation, they just look so nice, you know. And the bottle here is gorgeous, gorgeous, just like the rest of them. Look at the juice color. This is red cherry color. You can take a look at the bottle. These are bottles, just you just want one bottle at least to be in your collection. And I really feel, even though they're very expensive, but when you get like a very premium presentation with a premium pricing, makes you feel good. Okay, this fragrance is very different. This, I would say, I think out of the 5 that I'm reviewing today, this is the most unique because it does not really remind me of anything else like that, not that much. This is a fragrance on its own, maybe a little bit of a roof smoking because of the juice color and a little bit of the sweetness. So even though this is oud, there's a lot more going on than oud in there. Okay, it's a very complex fragrance. I'm very careful like when I spray them because I don't want to do anything to the bottles. It's very heavy, by the way. Glass is very solid, thick glass. So when I smell this, man, there's definitely some sort of fruity apricot or something. that you don't typically find in warmer countries. This is definitely fruit from colder countries. Okay, um, maybe the pink peppercorn. There's a lot of like playful notes added to that oud, so made it like not like a typical rose oud combo. It's a very wearable sort of like a unisex style. I think. Is someone shouting or cats fighting? I don't know. I get confused late night. So this is a very beautiful like I think there's rose. Mm. There's something at the background, maybe saffron and rose combination, but very difficult to say. But this is a nice fragrance. This it's sort of like a think of like a merchant of Venice, okay, or something like a trader who sort of like trade spices, like a sailor. Yeah, this is a very beautiful fragrance. This could be a beautiful, ideal fragrance to wear. Same occasion where you wear grand soir, okay, same sort of occasion. And I think like a very romantic date in Paris, if you go and having like late night dinner and candlelight dinner, and then you have that, that beautiful view. Okay, so man, if you have red wine, this is very rich. So I'm thinking of all those things that I can think of with a nice little dessert to finish. Man, this is a beautiful fragrance. I think maybe my ranking a little bit naughty, but this is actually very nice. Okay, so this is a good winter fragrance. I think this is something I would say highly recommended. This is very something about this which pulls you, which makes you interested. Okay, so kind of juicy, sweet, wearable fragrance out of the three. So far, this is the most wearable. Okay, so now let's go to the second one. Yeah, the second one I think I picked up because of the smell. Okay, this one is Swedish Wood, and this is not Oud, this is Wood. Okay, and this is on the darker side of things, dark premium. Okay, and the bottle is very very lovely again. Yeah, there's the color difference. If you put them side by side, then you see the color difference. They're subtle. Okay, but they definitely made them look different, which is good. If they made everything same color, then fragrance would be like very hard to distinguish, and the nameplates are different. So mm, this is nice. Why this is nice? Yeah, this is not as safe as the previous one, the oud. I would say the oud is safer than this because it got the sweetness, it got the fruity, like something that you can relate to. This thing, and I would not say you can relate to very easily. You either love it or hate it. There are certain fragrances I used to see back in the days in Amazon, like UK site. They used to have this Norwegian ouds or very cheap. Those masculine powerhouse kind of fragrance. This is a powerhouse perfume. Okay, very woody. It smells like it smells like a real tree, like oak tree, something like a big tree. In the forest, it smells like wooden logs. Man, this is pure love. If not for the number one, which is the most wearable, I would say this is the number one in terms of smell out of all this. Okay, the last one is the best overall, but this is the best niche style perfume. If you like Oud Blend, okay, by Davidoff, that one has too much spice. This one, the spices are minimal, like a masculine, think of like a barbershop style. It's not a barbershop perfume, but the way barbershop fragrances are done, they gave like very masculine edge to those fragrances, like Rive Gauche. Think of like that, okay? Or M7 Oud Absolu. So this thing has that vibe, very up class, like a zamindar. Zamindar means a landlord. This smells like a landlord, okay? Very rich guy, posh guy with his big bull terrier dogs, or maybe like I don't know all the breeds, but those big, the dogs. They're very like high, excellent breeds. This one feels like that. This one feels like you're wearing this to go for hunting. Okay, so this is amazing. This I give 10 out of 10. Beautiful blend. This is called again, the name is gone. Swedish Wood. Wood, yeah. Wood. Sorry about that. Okay, you got that name. Okay, so number one, the last one I'm about to show you is perhaps the easiest one to wear because this is on the blue side. This is more on the fresh side, and I'm a little bit ashamed to say that this is my favorite because I live in a warmer setup. Sadly, if I lived in winter countries, like colder countries, perhaps in Canada or somewhere, I would pick the previous one as number one. Okay, so the last one is this is the one he wore the most, brother Shariman. He wore the most. This is called Aqua De Dora. Okay, and from the name and the blue, you guys say yes, something in the line of freshness, something in line of Aqua di Parma, the summer fragrances. Yeah, so this one has that emptier bottle. He used a lot of it, and this big chunk is missing. Shows whatever you wear more is the one you like, right? So this is like the juice color wise. This one tells you it's gonna be watery, it's gonna be transparent. But let me tell you, This fragrance, no, I did not make a mistake. This, in terms of smell, yeah, I know many people will say like, oh, it smells like Aqua Di Gio, perhaps like Aqua Di Parmas, perhaps a little bit Louis Vuitton, Imagination, like those kind of lemon seed. But I tell you what, this is the best. This is the best summer fragrance I smell till now. There at the background, there's Aqua Dubai. Okay, I love that fragrance. I said that's my number one most beast mode. This, in terms of composition, it is the best. Okay, why, man? This is, the drink Bombay Sapphire. I'm not gonna say I'm the biggest fan of that. I think that's gin. Gin is very dry, so the blue color. Okay, if you can imagine the blue sapphire color, this is what this smells like, with the best, world's best citrus. Okay, and this is not a review where I'm trying to promote a brand, I'm trying to sell decants or something. This is not even my bottle. This is something I got to review. And I'll tell you one thing, this thing is the fragrance, it can beat fragrances like Arabian Oud, Amiri, okay, or Sultani, if you know those. They are great fragrances, but this thing, when you smell it, the quality in there, guys, I'm thinking of certain, maybe afternoon swim, okay, Louis Vuitton style, but the citrus is in this, my god. This, actually, if you're paying $300 for it, it smells like it's worth it. It can eat up 4711 cologne or Neroli Portofino any day. See, I'm saying all those good things because there's a reason I love it. It's a sweet, lemony, watery summer fragrance. It can be worn in winter, dead of winter, it will still last. Perhaps will not project as much, but this thing is number one, man. Not just by me, by him as well. Okay, so this is Aqua De Dora. If I ever get a chance, if I'm living in Bangladesh or country like Dubai, if I move someday, I will be wearing this. This is so good. This is so good. This is truly smooth, very nice. The oil concentration is high. It's not a watery that disappears very quickly. 10, this is a masterpiece of a fragrance. Damn nice. Okay, so there you go. So 10 fragrances. Hopefully, I know this kind of new houses do not get view, but I do make content. I'm very proud of this particular episode, and thanks to the brother so much for letting me have this line. I'm just so happy I covered 5 fragrances from here. Okay, I hope they get some love in this part of the world, like in Asia. Have a nice day. Let's do a list, then we'll take care. No, we will upload. We will take care anyway. Bye bye.